Alright, welcome back. In this episode we're going to be tackling Clanker's Cavern. Some people love it, some people hate it. I actually really like this level. If you were to ask me back then when I first played though, yeah, definitely one of the least favorite ones. But once you get used to the game, it's not so bad. Start here. Make sure you fire on those guys. Getting the beginner music notes. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's not do that. Getting off to a great start right now. Now we're just gonna go back the original way just because I can kind of go through the things that I missed. This level isn't too tough for me, but it might take me a little bit. Just from the fact that it is kind of time consuming. But I hope to make some good time in this episode. I'm Clanker, which is garbage grinder. So he doesn't like dirty water, so what we have to do is basically free him so he can come up for a breath of fresh air. And in order to do that, we have to swim all the way down to the bottom. And this portion right here is what most people dislike about this level, because it can be hard if you don't exactly know what you're doing. Or if you haven't quite grasped the swimming mechanic yet. Because there's really no tutorial for it, as you know. Go ahead and get some bubbles before we run out of air. You know, it's really not that difficult for me anymore, but I still get a little nervous coming down here. I'll be really honest with you. So I'll get nervous just a little bit still. Go ahead and get one more bubble and then go save the Jinjo. I think that's how you say it anyway. Always remember though, use that R button, man. That thing is your best friend. Okay, now to release this chain here, we gotta run through this, or swim through this key 3 times. I think I did it twice already, and 3 times right here. And now I can take my butt up to the surface, because this is not comfortable. Definitely though, once you get it down, it's not so bad. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one more air bubble before I head up there, because it is... Okay, now let's run. Swim faster, please. Yeah, man, I'm just saying, after all this time still, like getting the hang of the level, it's still just a little bit... Makes me a little bit nervous still. Because there's always a possibility of getting stuck on something, or, you know, just forgetting to pay attention to the air, or whatever it may be. not gonna fall down quite yet. Let's come back this way. I'm actually just gonna jump down from here. Now, like I said in an earlier episode, I don't really care too much for efficiency because it's not a speed run. But I would like to keep my times down to a pretty reasonable time. Just so I'm not making like 30-40 minute videos here. I mean, it might get to a point later in the game because it is going to be blind for me after Gobi's Valley. But I hope to at least be a little experienced with the I'm in right now. Just gonna grab these underwater notes real quick, and then I'll do the tunnels. Before I kind of do anything else, just to get it out of the way. And down here, these are invincibility feathers. You'll see exactly what they do in a second here, because I have to learn that soon. Okay, before we do that, I'm actually going to come down here first, just so I don't forget. I'm going to go in an order of from left to right, just because it's easier to remember for me. Okay, buddy. I'd rather not die and have to do this all over again. There we go. That's gonna be Jiggy right there. Gotta give me some eggs. Okay, now I'll just head back. For me, I'm the kind of person to do one thing and then come back to the surface just because I do get a bit nervous once my air gets too low. And I don't want to risk, you know, losing lives, especially when I don't have to. Take it at my own pace, really. Okay, we're getting a bit out of control here. I don't know what just happened, like my R button wasn't working. Just crashing into the wall there. We're running out of air, but we're gonna make it in time. Actually, I think that's it for right there. I know there's tunnels on this side. I might as well do these. Knock out. Yeah, but there are some times when I'm playing through this that I forget there's actually a tunnel right behind the tail. And then I always question myself, like, which Jiggy did I miss? And it's always that one, mostly. Something that I've noticed. Yeah, we're gonna come back up to the surface just to be safe now. And continue down these tunnels. I think this one is connected to the other side, if I'm not mistaken. Then that should be it for these. I'm gonna come back up. Already went here. One thing I really want to do is make sure I get all the notes on the outside and all the jiggies on the outside before I go into Clanker. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. That you can just kind of hit with the beak move, but I like to be safe and just shoot some eggs at it. It's pretty easy. That's going to be Jiggy number 4. Take notes there. I was a bit scared to fall off. Okay. Now we're going to come here and get on the fin. I really don't like falling here, so I'm just gonna try to be as efficient as possible. Okay. Climbing up there. And instead of jumping down, actually, I want to come back. Ooh, that was close. Oh man. Starting to sweat. Banjo in here. You can slide down though, you get an extra life and a few eggs, but I'm gonna pass on that. Because I don't necessarily need it. There'll be a honeycomb there, and then there's gonna be another one here. And that's gonna complete a full one. So that way we can get an extra little honeycomb of life. It's right here in this pipe. We have more hit points. Alright, I think that's everything. Never mind, not yet. Actually, I need to get on this bolt here. And then after this, everything should be good. And then the rest of the things in this level will be actually inside of Clanker himself. So I'm going to jump in right here. Just going to try to be agile through here. Try not to take damage. I made that through, actually. Wow. It's gonna be number 6 on the jiggies. And before anything, we're just gonna jump here and avoid this thing, whatever that is. Come up here where we're gonna learn our new move in the level. Alright, now we're going to have invincibility, and you'll see how. You're just going to kind of make a shield with the wings of the bird. Anyway, like I was saying, you know, this level's hated and loved. I definitely understand. I understand why people dislike it, but also understand why people love it, because it's one of those levels where if you get like, you know, if you know where everything's at and you know that you're all good with the mechanics and stuff, it's definitely really fun. But yeah, there's like, even myself sometimes I tend to struggle with the swimming mechanic. Like it's never completely easy because anything can happen. Here's gonna be a little race. I have to jump through the hoops. Sometimes I do get stuck, and I'm cutting it either really close or I fail it outright. But I think I'm gonna be okay now. That's the one that makes me nervous there. But yeah, you can definitely cut it real close with like 10 seconds or even less. Like I said, if you know how to work the camera and everything, it's not too bad. There we got another Jiggy here. That's going to be number 8. So we're actually almost done. Really all that's left is just to finish up the music notes, and then we'll be good to... Yeah, this should be the last Jinjo, I think. I still can't tell if to sing Jingo or Jinjo. I'm just gonna say Jinjo. It's spelled Jinjo, though. It's like J-I-N-G-O? Or J-O, rather, sorry. These are gonna have 90-something. 92 notes. And we should come up on the last few right here in a second. From here we're going to be going into Clanker's mouth. See all his beautiful teeth. The level design for this level, I think, is actually really creative with the way that they made the character model for Clanker. Oh, you can tell everybody that put effort and worked on this game. They definitely put effort, like I just said. But yeah, a lot of effort was put in this game. You can definitely tell with the way it plays, the music, the environments, the level design. Though some of it is disliked, I would say that this game is pretty well loved by heaps of people all over the world. Well, that's why I'm really glad that the Recomp team actually did this game, because, you know, it's a very enjoyable game, especially the fact now that it's on PC and you can, you know, easily download it and play it and experience it is the most important thing. But the fact that you can easily do that nowadays, I think, is a really, really big thing. People that didn't grow up with the N64 like I did. I didn't grow up with it, unfortunately. Or just don't have enough money to get actual hardware or anything. But if they've got a PC, I'm sure it's enough. I think it should... I already forgot what I was talking about for some reason. There's our last Jinjo, number 10. And that's level complete. I'm just going to check the totals. There's 100 notes, 10 jiggies, and 2 honeycombs. I just remember what I was saying, actually. If you got enough for PC to obviously emulate this, then I think you're pretty off. Personally, I just prefer the feel of the N64 controller and like the original hardware. And it's, you have to go out and hunt for the cartridges. So, what I'm trying to say is basically like it's a lot harder to find what you're looking for, instead of just like pirating stuff and like easily downloading it and having so many games where you don't even know what to play. Yeah, I just like the simple feel of it. I really prefer just the controller feel. That nostalgia I never had, really. That makes sense. Let me check the totals one more time just in case. 100 everything, good. It's complete. Got one thing. Hit that switch to make that little pipe there rise. Pause on that. Okay, here we're gonna come up and get more feathers. Oh, almost fell. Alright, then we hit that. I can't remember if I actually go in here. Let me see. Oh yes, I think this unlocks the next level. Alright. Bubble Gloop Swamp. Personally, level's not too bad. It is kind of annoying sometimes, and you'll see why in the next episode. But for the time being, we're just gonna make our way there, making sure we can properly find the door. I can't remember what the switch did. The grunty switch, I think. Yeah, this right here. Another jiggy piece there. Right, and where to go from here? Let me try to remember. And now's the time where we actually come up here. This way, I believe, yes. That's not very nice. Here we are, Bubble Gloop Swamp. Love it or hate it, it's a level. One to be played, of course. Anyway, see you guys next time, and we'll take on Bubble Gloop Swamp in the next episode. Thank you for watching.